What's up, y'all? And I just finished recording my deck breakdown, and after that, in that you're gonna see that I talk about like not being sure if we're doing Master Rule 5 on the next episode, Savage Strike, or now already. But I talk about in the deck breakdown with this Sisters of the Rose having basically no actual link archetypes, and everything wants to do something else and use links. So we figured might as well accelerate that by one episode. So from this point onward, the Historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning Journey will be playing in the Master Rule 5. So you don't have to summon everything from the extra deck to extra monster zone or zones that link monsters point to, only link monsters and pendulums. So just a quick heads up like that. So going forward, we will be in the Master Rule 5 from this point onwards, and enjoy the deck breakdowns and the rest of the episode. So enjoy. I'm gonna repeat myself, but enjoy the episode. Yu-Gi-Oh! An incredibly complex card game with tens of thousands of cards. However, what if each set was separated from the rest of the massive card pool and your choices when building a deck were extremely limited? In this series, in order to learn Yu-Gi-Oh! From the ground up, I will be embarking on an adventure through the history of the card game with Jeexx. In each episode, we will have access to all the cards in a select product, and using only the cards in that product, both of us will build a deck before playing a best of 3 match to determine the winner of the episode. We will move in a chronological order in the series, and with each new episode, we will forget the cards of the past in order to experience something brand new. We hope you enjoyed this adventure through Yu-Gi-Oh! And its evolution with us. Welcome to the historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey. What is up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the History Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey, this time with Legendary Duelist Sisters of the Rose. Legendary Duelist series, obviously always a banger, so hopefully this delivers as well when it comes to the decks and archetypes. And this one has a lot of like support for a plethora of like really cool archetypes. I had a really hard time picking between two to play for this, but you'll see what I arrived on. But for this set, we are dealing with Harpies, Cyber Angels, the Rose Dragon archetype, Trains, as well as Lunalights as the 5 archetypes supported in this set. I was contemplating between Lunalights and Trains, but I ultimately decided that since I have already played Lunalights in the past, at this time we would have a foray into Trains. And part of it was because Harpies were in the archetype, and Featherstorm explicitly mentioned Harpies Feather Duster, so obviously per our rules, like it's just in the set. I decided to play this. Obviously, both of the archetypes that I was contemplating are battle archetypes, focused around just swinging, OTKing through the battle phase. So having access to mass back row removal is obviously nice. But in addition to that, just having access to also the dragon name, which not hard to get, obviously, the way our rules have changed now. Dragon name gives us Cyber and Dragon, and also Malefic. Wait, how do I actually pronounce the word? I'm actually not sure. I've always said Malefic, but I'm not sure. But I'll call it Malefic. Malefic Cyber and Dragon, which is obviously just a free special summon of a level 10 body, which is really nice for Trains. But let's dive into the Trains and see what we're working with. I don't think we played this before, but for season 2 as well, like I am trying to simplify my deck breakdowns, because ultimately this deep into the series, anyone who's clicking on these, I don't think you need the explanation for like me to just read in detail what every single monster does, only what they're here to do. Starting us off, we have Super Express Bullet Train. It's most of our stuff is level 10 Earth Machines. And Bullet Train, the attack condition doesn't matter. We're never swinging with this. The important thing that matters here is if all monsters you control are Earth Machines, you can spell summon this card from your hand and during the end phase if this card is in the graveyard, because if it's sent there this turn, you can target a machine monster in your graveyard except any copy of Super Express Bullet Train added to your hand. So just a free special summon, obviously. And also some recursion is really nice to have. Then Night Express Nice, very simple. Cannot be spell summoned from the deck. You can normal summon this card without tributing, but its original attack becomes 0. So very simple, a 0, just a level 10 Earth Machine we get on our side of the field, and a card that works really well with both of these: Heavy Freight Train Derek Crane. If an Earth Machine monster is normal or spell summoned to your field except during the damage step, you can spell summon this card from your hand, but its original attack and defense become halved. And then this effect is a hard once per turn, but what is not hard once per turn is if this card is detached from an Xyz monster and sent to the graveyard, you get a pop of any card your opponent controls, which is obviously really good. Then we have the single copy of Siberian Dragon. It doesn't do anything if there's no face of field spell on the field on either side, like so this gets popped, and it's summoned by banishing a Siberian Dragon from your extra deck. There can only be one Malefic monster on the field. Can be normal summon does that. So just a free body by banishing. Obviously, why this is the extra deck Malefics are way better is because you don't have to also find the other part. So being able to just banish it from the extra deck is obviously really nice. 3 copies of Flying Pegasus Railroad Stampede. On normal special summon, you can target an Earth Machine in your grave, except a copy of this. Special summon it in defense, negate its effects, and then you can target a face-up monster you control. The level of that monster becomes this monster's level, or vice versa. And on the turn you activate the latter effect, you cannot declare attacks with anything except for Xyz monster. And both of these are hard once per turn. So it's nice. You can use the revival in actually quite a few cases. Like I get the revival off, but I don't need to use the second effect, which means that we still get to swing with, if we have links, or even this one, like 1800, nothing to scoff at, which is really nice. The other 4 we are playing at 3 copies is Ruffian Railcar. Once per turn you can burn your opponent for 500. You cannot connect your battle phase turn you activate this effect. The only time we would ever use this if we're going first, and if we're going first and it's our first turn in the game. What's relevant is during the end phase, if this card is in there, in the graveyard, because it was sent there this turn, you can add a level 10 Earth Machine from your deck to your hand. This is a hard once per turn. Very good, obviously, fetching any of our pieces. Usually we would had a Super Express Bullet Train, and if we already have that, then we would go for Derek Crane. Or if we have nothing on board and we have both of those in our hand, then we would go Night Express Knight. Finally, we are playing a single copy of Express Train Trolley Ollie, an Xyz monster that was summoned using this card on the field. Gains this effect. If it's Xyz summon, it gains 800 attack permanently, which is pretty nice for the 3 rank 4s that we're running, but especially one of them that I will cover in just a bit. For hand traps, we're playing triple Ash and triple Imperm, nothing crazy there. Also, the 1 copy of Call by the Grave, obviously, because we have a lot of adding we're doing. Triple Harpies Feather Duster, because we're a battle archetype I don't want to face back row. Triple Terraforming, because we are playing a field spell that is really good for the deck. So, a Revolving Switchyard has 2 effects. First, if a level 10 Earth Machine monster is normal or spell summon to your field, you can activate this effect. Your opponent takes no battle damage for the rest of the turn, even if this card leaves the field. You spell summon a level 4 Earth Machine monster with 1800 or more attack from your deck, and if its level becomes 10 or 4 permanently. And the other effect, you can send a card from your hand to the graveyard to add a level 10 Earth Machine monster to your hand. And you can only use 1 of these effects per turn, and only once that turn. The first one locks you out of dealing battle damage to your opponent, but the second effect is the one that we are probably going to be using more, which is really nice. Another really good card for the deck, Urgent Schedule. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, and usually we would want to go second, spell summon a level 4 or lower and 1 level 5 or higher Earth Machine monster from your deck in defense position, negate their effects. And you cannot declare attacks the turn you activate this card, except with Machine Monster, but it doesn't matter, that's basically all we're playing. And if this set card is sent from the field or graveyard, you can add a level 10 Machine Monster from your deck to your hand. Each effect is a hard once per turn. Obviously insanely good, being able to immediately bring out 2 copies directly from the deck to the field. When we're going second, a single copy of Train Connection. We are running a second one in the side as well. Must be equipped to an Earth Machine monster by banishing 2 level 10 or higher Machine monster from your graveyard. The equipped monster's attack becomes double its original attack, and it will deal piercing, and other monsters you control cannot attack. Basically, when we're going for swings, we're trying to immediately win on the spot, which is why that shouldn't matter. Obviously, banishing 2 is quite the steep cost, but it doesn't matter if we're ending the turn on the spot. And these increases are permanent as long as this is equipped, which is really nice. We are running the second copy if I feel like going for it. We're also running a single copy of Special Schedule, a another copy of that in the side as well. Target a machine monster in your graveyard with 3,000 more attacks, spell summon it in defense. If the set card is center field or grave, you can target a level 10 machine monster from your grave, add it to your hand. And you can only activate one per turn. This is mostly for later in the game when we have like a drawing maybe one card, like being able to special, because obviously this is 3,000 or more attack, so we only have 2 targets for it. Well, we can go for our Xyz as well, but usually it would be these. So that's maybe when we are like top decking a Derek Crane and then like being able to get one of these out from the grave, and then Derek Crane on board obviously means that we now actually have really good play available to us, so that's why Special Schedule is there, but just as a one-off because it's mostly there like if our OTK fails. To help our OTK not fail, finally in the main deck we are running 2 copies of Limiter Removal. I was going back and forth whether it should be 2 Train Connection and 1 Limiter Removal, or 1 Train Connection, 2 Limiter Removal, or 2 of each and no special schedule, but this is what I've settled on and figured I'd try this first. As for the side, it's very simple. We have triple Machina Fortress. You can discard machine monster from foes levels equal 8 or more. That special limit is from your hand. If it's destroyed by battle into a graveyard, you can target a card your opponent controls, destroy it, and before resolving an opponent's monster effect that targets a face-up card, look at your opponent's hand and discard 1 card from their hand. It's a level 7, which makes it awkward to use, but obviously getting something like Wallet Train in the grave is pretty nice to have. So it's there if we really need it. We're only running 1 copy of Giga Ogre, normal summon, add a level 4 Earth Machine monster from your deck to your hand, except Giga Ogre, and you cannot declare attacks nor spell on monster except machines for the rest of the turn. Very unlikely to come up, but it's there as an option to go for instead of Trolley Ollie, but I think I prefer these, and we don't really need an additional level 4 in addition to what we're already running, but it's an option. Same thing with the gadgets, gold and silver gadget. Normal spell summon, you can spell summon a level 4 machine monster from your hand, and if destroyed by battle or card effect, they summon the other one from the deck. And you can only use 1 effect per turn, and only once that turn. And they're mostly here to make making level 4s easier, but like I said, like we're mostly focusing on the rank 10s anyway, so these are just here as a backup plan if I feel like it. Additional links that we're running is a second copy of Cleaver Genius. I'll explain it in a little bit. Mrs. Radiant and Nightmare Serb. We will side one of these in for Black Rose Dragon since we cannot summon that, and just what we side in depends on what Jeexx is running and kind of what we're doing, because at the time that I'm recording this, we're still contemplating, I'm contemplating and I'm asking Jeexx if it's okay, because looking at the sets, obviously there's no actual like Link archetypes there. Everything wants to do something else than Link Summon. So it would make more sense for us to actually start in Master Rule 5 already. So I don't know if we're playing Master Rule 4 for this episode or Master Rule 5. So I want to also have options, obviously. Cleaver Genius and Mrs. Radiant having the 2 downwards pointing arrows while being linked to is really good if we're playing Master Rule 5. If we're not, then it's not as necessary, and I might throw in a Nightmare Serb. But as I'm not entirely sure yet, these are here as options. But I still wanted to record this anyway. Black Rose Dragon, we cannot summon. It's there only for the dragon name to give us Cyber and Dragon, which obviously we are just banishing for Malefic Cyber and Dragon. We have the Nightmare package with Unicorn and Phoenix to be able to deal with stuff that we otherwise couldn't. Cleaver Genius, 2 machine monsters, link 2, 1800 attack, link summoned. This link summoned card is unaffected by spell trap effects and the activated effects of other link monsters. Once per turn, you can target a face-up card on each player's field, except this card. Both of those cards have their effects negated until the end of this turn. And when 2 monsters spell summoned at the same time, this zones discount point, you can add a level 5 or higher machine monster from deck to your hand, which is obviously really nice because urgent schedule with Cleaver on the board. Then triggers Cleaver Genius. Obviously, this is a Clee support card, and it's there to usually work with Pendulum Summoning, but it also works with the Urgent Schedule, which makes it really good for this deck. As for our rank 4s, we're running a single copy of Gigant X, takes 2 level 4 machines. You can detach 1 to Rhoda, a level 4 rover machine from your hand. The leaving the field doesn't matter because we're not running any level 3 or lower Gear monsters. We have Heavy Armor Train Ironwolf, once again, 2 level 4 machines. Once per player, you detach an Xyz material from this card, target a machine monster you control. This turn it can attack your opponents directly, and other monsters cannot attack. If this card in your possession is destroyed by your opponent's card by any means and sent to a graveyard, you can add a level 4 machine type monster from your deck to your hand. nice recursion. Mostly it's there that we climb into our big thing. We've burned Jeexx for 2,000 in the process, and then we can swing 6,000 directly. It's just immediately an OTK, so there to enable that. And then if we have no other ways to go into our rank 10s, which never came up in testing, but if it came up, we have a single copy of Dreadnought, which is, it's a honorary train. Takes 2+ level 4 monsters. At the end of the battle phase, if this card destroyed an opponent's monster by battle, you can spell summon an extra deck from your extra deck, one rank 10 or higher machine Xyz monster by using this face-up card you control as material. It's treated as an Xyz summon, and you transfer the materials, and you can only use this as a hard once per turn. If this face-up card in the field will be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can detach one material instead. And this is why Trollioli is pretty nice, because it makes this a 3k beater, which now it's a lot easier to actually pop something and then be able to go into stuff like Gustav. As for rank 10s, we are running triple copies of Super Dreadnought, Railgun, and Gustav Max. Very simple. 2 level 10s. Once per turn, you can detach 1 to burn your opponent for 2,000. It's a soft once per turn, so if we have 2 of these, we can use both of their effects. We also have the more defensive, whereas we have Rail Cannon Super Dora. Once per turn as a quick effect, you can detach 1 to make a face monster on the field unaffected by card effects, except its own until the end of this turn. With 4k defense, obviously it's really hard to remove with an effect like this. And then what we are using these two to climb into is a Rail Cannon Juggernaut Liebe. Normally takes 3 level 11 monsters whenever nobody is ever summoning it that way. What you're actually doing is you're summoning a Liebe by using a rank 10 machine Xyz monster you control as a material. And then once per turn, you can detach 1 to give it 2,000 attack and defense. For the rest of the turn, you can only declare an attack with this card. During each battle phase, this card can make attacks on monsters up to the number of materials it has +1, which means that it can always swing at least twice on monsters. And obviously with piercing and this making it original attack double. So this would mean that after detaching, it becomes a 10k body, swinging at least twice on monsters and dealing piercing. Like with limited removal, it's 20k. Like this, there's a reason why it's an OTK machine. And obviously with something like Iron Wolf, you don't even care about your opponent's monsters. You go Gustav Max, burn your opponent for 2,000. You go Iron Wolf, make Liebe with that 6k swing directly, because you can attack directly, but if you're swinging it, obviously if you've swung at a monster, then you can't swing directly after that, because it's like you can make this amount of attacks on monsters, so you need to immediately swing for face, which shouldn't matter if Jeexx doesn't have any life gain. But yep, that's about it. I'm really excited about this. I think trains are a really fun archetype, and I'm excited to get to play with them, and hopefully things work out as well as they did in testing. This felt like a really smooth deck in testing, but obviously in real games there's hand traps and stuff like that to worry about, as we saw last time with me obviously getting ashed and impermed in both games. But hopefully enjoyed the deck breakdown, hopefully enjoyed Jeexx as well, and afterwards I'll see y'all in the dueling zone.
Okay, so today we are playing legendary Duelist Sisters of the Roses? Question mark? Yeah, damn, I'm good. Hell yeah. So we're playing legendary Duelist Sisters of the Roses. I am playing Harpies because I haven't seen Harpies in a set since last year, I think. Actually, it might even be longer. When did Lord Attack Young Galaxy come out? This is episode 74. So it's been like 50 episodes now? 60 episodes? Let's see, what was the Prank Kids one? I think the Prank Kids one was 130. Yeah. It's been almost exact. It's been 61 episodes since the last time we saw Harpies. So we're back. I'm running 3 copies of Chandler, 2 copies of Dancer, 3 copies of Harpist, 3 copies of Regular Lady, or 3 copies of Oracle, which has an actual new effect, or an actual new card. It's treated as Harpy Lady on field and grave. If you control level 5 or Harpy monster, you can spell summon from your hand, and if this card is normal spell summon, you can add a spell trap card from your grave that specifically lists Harpy Lady Sisters in its text during the end phase of this turn. Then we have Harpy Perfumer. This card's name becomes Harpy Lady while in the field or in the graveyard. If this card is normal or spell summon, you can add 1 spell trap card from your deck to your hand that mentions Harpy Lady Sisters. If you control level 5 or higher Harpy monster when you activate this, you can also add a second such card. And then we have Harpy Queen, we have Harpy's Pet Dragon, we got Dragon Ruler Storms in here, we Elegant Egotist, then Harpy Lady Phoenix Formation. If you control 3 or more Harpy Ladies and or Harpy Lady Sisters, target as many monster your opponent controls as up to the number of total Harpy Lady monsters that you control, destroy them, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent with their attack. Cannot spell summon, cannot normal summon, can normal summon, cannot spell summon, cannot conduct main battle phase. Duster, Feather Rest, target 3 Harpy Lady or Harpy Lady Sisters cards in your graveyard and shuffle in the deck and draw a card. If you can draw level 5 Harpy Lady monster, you can or Harpy monster, you can draw 2 instead. For the rest of the turn, you cannot spell summon monster 6 for wind monsters. Harpy's Hunting Ground, and then we have Harpy Feather Storm. I think a lot of people might know this card solely based on the fact that it's the only card in this deck that has like genuine playability at this moment. And I would say that this is probably one of the most boring cards that has ever been made. It's a skill drain that only activates on your opponent's turn, that negates any monster effects that your opponent activates. So I'm pretty sure you could even just activate it in response to your opponent activating a monster effect and it negates the activation. Might be mistaken on that, but hey ho. Anywho, this card sucks. If you control a If you control a winged beast monster at the end of the turn, negate any monster effects your opponent activates. If you control a Harpy monster, you can activate this card from your hand. If this card in its owner's spell and trap card zone is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can add a Harpy's Feather Duster from deck or graveyard to your hand. So, idea being, oh, you're playing. I play Harpy Lady. Okay. I play Harpy's Feather Storm in response to playing my own Harpy Lady so that I can do my stuff, right? I have protection. I can do things on my own turn. I can make sure that I can't get, like, shit on by Ash, or I can't get shit on by Ghost Ogre. Or you just flip it on your opponent's turn and your opponent doesn't get to play the game for a turn. Either or, up to you. Then we have 2 copies of Bear Statue of Stormwind in the extra deck. Call by and Terraforming. 1 copy of Harpy Lady Sister, 1 copy of Dancer, 2 more copies of Phoenix Formation, 1 more copy of Harpy's Feather Rest, Harpy Lady Elegance, which has the effect of shuffle 1 Harpy Lady Sisters from your monster zone to the deck. Then you can spell summon 3 Harpy monsters with different names. 1 each from your hand, deck, and graveyard. For the rest of the turn, you can spell summon monsters, except for wind monsters. If this card you control is destroyed by a Harpy card's effect or your opponent's card effect, add a Harpy monster from deck to your hand. You can make the argument that I should probably have been playing more of these, but then I should probably have been playing more of Harpy's Hunting Ground, and I wasn't playing that many of them, simply because I was thinking, no, this isn't really going to be very relevant for me, because I don't know how much back row Weebfox is going to be playing, and I don't want to be popping my own back row, obviously. Except for this card. Black Rose of Harpies, but Phantasmal Dragon, Blade, nothing really new in the extra deck, just the same stuff that I played before. So, yeah, that about does it. I think this deck is just going to come down to whether or not I flip Harpy's Feather Storm or not. If I flip it, maybe I win. If I don't flip it, I lose. It's either or, really. There's no 100% win con, and there is 100% lose con, so hey ho. Anyhow, good luck with the games.
What is up, ladies and lads? Welcome back to the Historical Learning Journey, this time with Legendary Duelists, Sisters of the Rose. And you saw the intro, Jeexx. Welcome to Master Rule 5. So, we talked about it last time, and we accelerated it a little bit more. It was initially going to be Savage Strike, but looking at this... Oh, God. You good, boy? If you hear weird noises, Dog is visiting here, so Pekka is camera shy though, so if he comes here, I'll show him off in camera, but probably won't. But yeah, we're in Master Rule 5 now. It basically didn't make sense to wait for Savage Strike since this set also there are no like actually linked dedicated archetypes. So we decided that might as well already jump into Master Rule 5. But Jeexx, Legendary Duelists, I tend to really enjoy these sets. How are you doing today? And how are you looking forward to... a clean 40 with both of us?
Yeah.
That's nice.
So I was considering playing... Because there's 2 archetypes in this that I've played before, right? It's Harpies and Cyber Angels. And Cyber Angels, originally when I played them, I got bricked pretty hard. And I was playing an interesting package with, like, for example, Ritual Sanctuary, having the ability to recycle my Machine Angel rituals to resummon Fool on the board, which would have to be removed by actually like targeting it and killing it, which meant that you would need effects for that. And I thought that was a pretty cool deck overall.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, there's not really that much I can do with Cyber Angels outside of just playing Cyber Angels in this, and that made me go like, I think I'll go with this one instead. And this one is, so let me double check what these cards do, because this one has a pretty good effect. This allows me to special initiate. This is...
Given that you elected to go first, I doubt your two choices. Well, you already said that, but like, it's funny that you talked about Harpies and Cyber Angels, and obviously my two choices that I was thinking between were Lunalights and Trains. And the fifth archetype in the set is Rose Dragon stuff, but I don't think like that. The archetype is really awkward still for now. I don't think Rose Dragon is out, which that like they're linked to, which does a lot.
Yeah.
And also because Black Garden is also gone, it's obvious that there's also a little less to do with the archetype as well. But it's pretty funny that like still like having 5 archetypes in the set and like 4 of those were actually in consideration between the two of us. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. I would like to start off by playing Harpy Channeler.
Channeler seems pretty good.
I would like to discard from my hand a Harpy card. I'm discarding Harpy Dancer. Is this okay?
Yep. The search is fine. Sorry, the summon.
Summon is fine. Wait, why is my Ash Blossom mirrored? What the fuck? Wait, where's my entire deck mirrored? Hold on. What the? This is weird. I get to summon out a Harpy card. Any Harpy monster? A Harpy monster.
Yep.
Let me see. What did this
You
guy
can't,
say?
unfortunately, can't special summon Harpy Feather Duster, as cool as that would be.
Let me see. What did this card say again? When this card is almost summoned, you can target a winged beast monster and then bounce shit on him. No, we're not bouncing on that shit.
Bounce on it, Dio.
This card doesn't become entirely. If you can level 5 or higher monster, you can spell and discover your hand. If this card is spell summon, you can add a spell trap from your gear to your hand that specifically lists Harpies. Not gonna add that. I do not know what half of these cards do, guys. Please bear with me. Oh, wait. Alright, never mind. No, I was worried for a second there. I read this card, like I read Perfumer, and I was like, add 1 spell trap card from your deck to your hand that mentions a Harpy lady. What the fuck do you mean they just have a searcher for Storm? That's nasty. Then yeah, Storm only has mentions Duster, not Harpy lady, right? Yeah. Well, I am going to summon a big fucking guy, I guess.
Oh.
A big fucking guy would be pretty cool to summon, mostly because a big fucking guy just kind of sits there. So, big fucking guy, it's your move. And then I'm going to set 1 card and I'm going to pass.
I was so sure you were going to just make Flare Metal.
I don't have access to Flare Metal because it's not a dragon support card. It's a Red Eyes card.
Yeah, what about the name of it?
Oh, I thought I wasn't allowed to play it because it was not a
that's the
dragon
thing about
card.
dragons. Like, Dragon now just gives you every dragon. So it's like,
Okay,
Saruja
my Black
you
Rose
don't
is
get.
my Black Rose is Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon next game. That's okay.
Okay, but yeah, so in names are still now for dragons is all cool. The example was Saruja. Now, the thing here is.
Oh, it's your turn.
Yep.
Okay.
Not sure.
Go.
Okay, it activates. That's cool.
Yippee!
The thing here is.
Banned less than 24 hours ago.
The thing here is like I genuinely think like I have like almost a perfect hand apart from 1 card, but obviously that does other things. But the crazy thing, this is just negate any monster effects, so it's not just on field.
Yeah, any effects you would activate get negated.
Yeah,
Graveyard, banish, deck, hand, they're just gone.
everything else, like, yeah, I'm pretty sure like this would just be literally the perfect combo hand. But with that, I think I'd rather.
I just realized I don't even see. Dude, you can just activate this from your hand. This is stupid.
Yeah, if you control a Harpy monster.
Well, I do. 2 of them.
Yep. But yeah, unfortunately, as cool as this hand is, that's gonna be all for me.
That's understandable.
Anyways, if you were playing this card, I would be fine with the flare metal stuff. But because you are, fuck you, whatever you have in your extra deck, you have in your extra deck.
I thought I would like to use Harpy Channeler effect to special summon out from my deck another Harpy monster.
Channel is fine.
Okay, I would like to special summon out a...
I have even the cool stuff in my hand.
This is where my choice of not running a second copy of my Harpies Pet Dragon comes to bite me in the ass.
Hey, you would have had a lot of damage.
Yeah, I think if you don't have something to respond, that would have been game, because I think I can kill him here. What, dude? Can I like just not have this thing change what I'm trying to read? I want a spell trap card from your graveyard to your hand that specifically lists Harpy Lady Sisters in its text. Well, I can't do that right now, can I? Oh wait. Is it fine if I change order a bit? I'll add this back to my hand and I'll normal summon first.
Go for it.
Yeah, I'll normal summon this first to activate its effect. Allows me to add 2 spell traps from my deck to my hand.
1 spell trap.
2 because I control a level 5 or higher.
Oh yeah, well, second is such yeah. Oh yeah, what? Because it's second. I guess it's still an effect that adds. I was wondering like if you ash this, but yeah, it does still stop. Because it would have been pretty cool if it's like 2 separate things. Like if you controlled, then you can do this again, which basically would then mean like that would be a cool way to avoid ash.
That's technically a resolution. Because like the second part is like it adds on resolution. You get to add a second one.
Yeah, but obviously if you negate the first one, then the second one just doesn't happen, which is like...
Yeah.
If it was 2 separate things, like that would be a cool way where you, even under Ash, like you get 1 still, which would be neat.
That would be neat. This is okay?
Go for it.
I would like to add to my hand an elegant egotist. Sorry, egotist. And a...
Egotista.
Harpy Lady Phoenix formation? Yes, Harpy Lady Phoenix formation. What does this do? If you control 3 or more Harpy Lady monsters, you can target as many monsters your opponent controls as possible, but not more than the number of Harpy Ladies you control. Destroy those, inflict damage to your opponent equal to their HP. You can spell some monsters from the extra deck or main deck the turn you do this, or conduct a battle phase. Yep. Every card in my deck is mirrored.
That's interesting.
This is my hand.
Is it just in your deck?
No, in my hand cards are mirrored too.
Oh, because I was gonna say like at least in my hand, like
my Harpy's Pet Dragon is mirrored as well. That's a good crop, by the way. Damn.
Don't worry, I will look at it yet.
I would like to activate Elegant Egotist from my hand to spell summon out a Harpy Lady from my deck. I would like to summon out a Harpy Lady. This is not considered. None of these are considered Harpy Lady in the deck outside of this one. Then I would like to activate the effect of Channeler now to discard Harpy Lady 1 from my hand to summon out a Harpy card for my deck. Harpy monster. I would like to summon
I think I'm dead here. It just
that's
such a cool hand, man.
Yeah. You can play it out real quick if you want.
I mean, I'd rather not show you what I have because I have.
Oh,
the thing is just like I have some one-off tech stuff here that I also got, which I couldn't use here.
That's fine. Summoning this, activating this, add to my hand a card that mentions Harpy Lady. Add this thing. Then this is... Let me see. This is 1.5...
500 to everything, and then 1500 extra to... Sorry, 1200 extra to Pet Dragon.
Do you have
It's plenty enough.
Yeah, like 1.6, 1.7...
Yeah, I'm not playing battle chaps. It just unfortunately the feather thing just fucks me.
Yep.
Which is
in fact, I am going to change it as was my plan. That is so guys, this card, this Harpies Featherstorm card, literally as I said, banned less than 24 hours ago.
It is
It's
interesting that it didn't
God.
get banned earlier, but I guess it's
Yep.
still like, cause I guess like apart from flu, like there have like basically not been like wind meta decks basically ever.
Yeah.
So,
It's
but I guess at
also
this point, like they're just trying to cut basically everything like that, and I think like it's only about time that they like just axe a lot of the. Well, this is a lot worse, but we can work with this. So, I'm just so sad that I opened literally the perfect hand into the feather duster.
Harpy Lady 1.
Mm-hmm.
Elegant Egotist.
Egotist is fine.
Special summon a Harpy Lady. There is the Harpy Lady. Summon it in attack. Then overlay.
And now you don't have to do it in the extra monster zone. Yippee!
Oh, true. Yeah, I'll just do it here. And then I'll set one. And pass. Pass. Video game?
Anything
Sometimes
draw
on
standby?
No, no. As
Alright.
it requires a wind wing beast monster on board.
Oh yeah, that's
and
right.
I
It was wind
removed
wing
all
beast.
three of them.
I thought it was
Yes,
just wing
yes.
beast, but yeah.
No. But yeah, I
I'll
removed
still
all three.
duster the back row.
Yep, that's fine.
Right.
Wow, this guy is cringe playing back row
A
removal.
lot.
What the fuck?
Unfortunately, I there's nothing cool I can do with this hand. So it's literally just normal Night Express Knights.
Yep.
Special Super Express Bullet Train.
You're gonna make Dora. Dora doesn't have anything to increase its attack, right?
One of them, one of the rank 10s is the burn, and one of them, just as a quick effect, can make a face of monster on the field unaffected by everything except its own effects for the rest of the turn.
Okay. So after you summon this, I would like to activate the effect of Zero Fine to detach one to have it gain.
Wait, is it
600
a
attack.
quick effect? It doesn't say it's a quick.
Oh, it's not a quick effect. Weird. This feels like it should be one, right? Like on paper, this card looks like, oh yeah, once per turn you get.
Yeah, I guess it because it's an old card. That's why it's not.
Yeah. Can you video game? Hello,
Give me back my Harpy Lady.
bro. Okay,
If they printed this, because this came out in, I swear this came out in like 2016 or
2012?
something. But
No, this is even older. This is from the second half of Zexel.
I see. Yeah.
old.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, Lord of Tachyon Galaxy. Yeah.
okay, nothing cool we can do here. I'm simply going
Smogan.
to make Gustav Max. I'm gonna detach Bullet Train, burning it for 2k. Then I'm gonna.
So Claudia and I were talking about this. We were talking about how.
Actually, when I still remember, real quickly. I'm trying to remember what was my hand, because it's like if it ends up being like I do widespread combos and don't get to show the cool stuff, then I'd like to at least like see if I can then do what the other one was. But yeah, go ahead. I'm trying to just remember.
Yeah. Claudia and I were talking about how Harpy Ladies, when they came out during like this support wave, the previous support wave that came out during the Dragon Ruler format, where they had like really solid plays for rank 7, so making Big Eye really easily with storms, like and stuff like that. That was really cool. That was really like that was legitimately a fun deck to play, and that's why I'm playing it right now. Unfortunately, while I was building the deck, I read Harpies Featherstorm and I was looking at it, and Cloudy just said, "Oh yeah, nowadays they don't even fucking play anything other than like Harpies Featherstorm, and they just hope that they draw into it, and if they don't, they cry." Like, bro, what the fuck do you mean you made like a cool dinky combo deck that makes goofy control cards into just, oh, I'm gonna flip this card and either I won next turn or you lose this turn.
Yeah.
Either
Anyways,
or I lose this turn.
I'll just detach Night's First Night.
Yeah,
Make
let's do
this 6k. Well, you still live, but yeah.
Don't I?
I mean,
Oh!
you had a 2k body on the board.
Oh!
Also, we had this scooping claw, but it's fine.
bad.
I
It's
have
game 2 anyway.
Yeah, it's fine. The other two cards that I had were Ash and Cold by, so.
Bruh.
But yeah, I didn't have any of my like hand trap stuff game 1. I just had literally everything that's a combo piece and one dead card, which was discard fodder for one of those, which is why like that was a cool hand. But yeah, like that's the vanilla play that a lot of your hands are gonna just result in this deck.
No.
But that's why it was unfortunate that I didn't have the cooler stuff. But maybe I'll get there. Anyways, good luck.
Hopefully. Good luck. I would like to summon our Harpy Channeler. I would like to activate the effect of Harpy Channeler.
I do have for discard, but I do this time I do have Imperm.
Nope. Then I set one on a pass.
Start my turn.
Yep. I removed all 3 of them. I need to repeat this every time, I guess.
You never know. Anyways, I'll still duster.
No, it's done. It's over.
At least this time, like I could do something else because now I have Switchyard and I have Urgent Schedule. So then it's like,
this deck can't do shit.
Welcome. I mean, you do have an oppressive floodgate. Oh yeah, this would.
It's banned, bro. They
this would
removed that one play.
Yeah,
the one play that the deck has.
This would give me this, which then when these get summoned, this would get summoned, this would pop RP Lady, and then I guess it would be like over. Yeah, I mean, this already does a lot because it's like with this, you can do the Gustav stuff, go into this, burn the thingamajiggy, you get an additional pop if you need, probably don't, then you can use these two, to make fucking Cleaford or something. I did also have limited removal in my hand, so it would have been something like this. Actually, would it? Yes, it would have.
From now on, I'm literally adding every single dragon to my extra deck whenever I have a dragon, and then if it turns out that it's not legal, I go like, well.
I mean, if they have
somewhere,
it's very simple. Somewhere. If it's dragon in name, you can put it in.
Dragon somewhere, I'm putting it in.
You don't need to be extra about it. It's really not that difficult. It's if it has
I'm
dragon.
I'm putting the dragon
in.
It's fine. The dragon's all going, bro. If it says Drake, I'm putting it in too, because it's a dragon technically.
Well, it's not even technically a dragon, actually.
Well, technically they can't be considered a former dragon.
It was the Malefic Cyber and Dragon.
Oh my god.
And then it was this one. Right? I think it was something like this.
Can't believe bro has Malefic Cyber and Dragon in his deck.
I think it's just cool to be able to use it.
Is it
maybe
even
just
level
me, but I think it's sorry?
Is it even level 10 or is it?
Yeah, it's a level 10. That's why it's nice, because it's like you just by just having it and having a cyber ant in your extra, you get a level 10 machine on the board. Because like basically everything like searches earth, like specifically earth machines, but it's just nice because it's like if you draw it just by itself, it's just a free level 10 body on the board.
Right.
And obviously you want to have Switchyard on the board anyway, so it's not that hard to have a field spell on the board for it, which I think is pretty cool. But anyway, so what I have, hey wait, I guess like if it was specifically no, wait. It would. Yeah. Never mind. I was mixing things up, but it didn't matter because I had the discard, so it would be like these two. Then the switch artifact, you would just pitch this, and then with that you would add under a crane to hand, and then you would normal this. You would get the special off Dara Crane. Then you could special this by banishing this thingamabob. Then, like, obviously with this, there's a lot you can do. It's funny that the restriction on revolving switchyard is in what's probably the worst effect. Also, Gustav Max isn't even a once per turn. Oh, sorry, hard once per turn. So it's like if you can get multiple, then you can do multiple burns. And obviously, like this, you can then like burn. You burn 4K, you get a pop, and that the other one was not meant to be Express Knight, but it would be Bullet Train. You burn 4K, you get a pop. You can do other shit. You can go into double Libe or something else. It would be so funny if Libe on the effect said like you can only attack with Super Dreadnought, Railgun, and Juggernaut Libe and not this card. Not like it would basically ever matter, but it still like would be funny. Like, hey, yeah, you have 17 billion that you can swing with. Then like probably you would just do this to have also fall off from Railcar, and then you could make Phoenix or something else. But obviously, Thrains are a very simple deck, but like I like the I'm a Galaxias player. I like the simple play patterns which end up with a big dumb idiot that does a lot of damage by swinging on the board. But this would get them like Derek Crane back to hand, and then obviously Ruffian Railcar can add anything, which is probably another Bullet Train, which basically just means like you can make another one next turn, which is pretty cool. Because I think, I have 3 Gustav Maxes, then I have like double Libe, double Dora. Because like Dora is there, usually like you would make Gustav Max, but it's obviously in cases where the opponent has interaction, like Dora is nice to have. And then like for stuff with the low force, there's this obviously, which just gets you machines. There's this which makes Liebe able to attack directly, and then Dreadnought, which is just there is if somehow I don't even know if it's possible if I somehow open a hand where I can't make a rank 10 but I can make a rank 4, then it's like okay, at least this can swing over something sometimes, and then it's just obviously these, and then I just had double Clearheart Genius. One of them was Indecide initially, because obviously I needed Black Rose Dragon to get access to Cyber Dragon. But yeah, that's strange.
It Goham.
It's
I feel like there's it's kind of interesting to think about the fact that there was a period of time where trains were a goofy haha funny deck where you maybe got the playoff, but at some point they went from being like getting to the rank 10 isn't 100% guaranteed to being like, yes, you are always going to get the rank 10 at least once in this game.
Yeah, you have so many ways to get to it.
Yeah. And there's like that specific point is like, I feel like when trains went from being a funny deck to just kind of being another deck, right? If that makes sense. It's like
I'd rather a deck that can do something than a deck that can't.
Yeah. But like so like there's a lot of decks in the game that have been funny in the past, but that have had support that has come after them, which has kind of made them like just feel like another deck. There is nothing about it that makes you go like, yeah, this is different. Yeah, I like playing this. This is different.
That's fair.
Now you just kind of like it's another beatdown combo deck with a different coat of paint instead of being a goofy my big guys maybe get their thing done. which is
What?
it's kind of like the difference between like one is a Timmy deck, and the other one is for the Timmy that actually wants to play the game.
It's Timmy, but Timmy grew up now, and now Timmy actually
Yeah,
wants to play the game. It's
Timmy learned to be a spike for a bit, and he's like, "Well, my guy's got to do stuff. It's shit." Timmy, when his Carnage Tyrants aren't enough anymore, and now he has to play fucking what's his face? Is it Galta? The big ass fucking dinosaur that has like a gazillion effects on enters the battlefield.
I think
That
it's the
thing.
new Atali.
No,
There's
no,
been
no.
like
I'm talking about
three Atalis
the
at this point.
three-color one, the one that says on enter on ETB untap all of your lands, and for three mana,
Oh,
one.
then you like gain
Yeah,
life or pop something or deal damage.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Zakama.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
That
yeah.
thing, that thing. Zakama. Oh yeah,
Zakama
yeah,
is
yeah,
cool. I like him.
yeah. Yeah. Like Zakama is the kind of card that Timmy would play after Timmy goes like, well, it's not fun playing the big guy for free. I gotta play
I
the big
mean,
guy that does something.
it's basically like I guess like instead of Carnage Tyrant comparison would be Gishath because that's the
Yeah,
also
that
Naya
thing.
colors, and that's the like other like for the longest time was the like other dinosaur EDH commander, which is it's funny because it was like there for the longest time I played Gishath, and then sometimes I was like, all right, you know what? Let me just change Zakama to be the commander. But that's when
Yeah.
it turns from a dinosaur deck into you have no artifacts or enchantments, which is why I think it's a lot less interesting because it's like now instead I guess in that case it's different. Obviously it's better, but in that case different. It's like now you're not doing the thing your deck's identity is, which I guess in this case would just be put a level 10 on rank 10 on board, and instead like you're doing something completely different, which I guess it's like if there was a way for me to just like put a floodgate on the board or something, then it's just like, okay, yeah, it's better than putting a dumb idiot on the board, but it's not what the deck like should do.
Yeah.
Or what should want to do. PS Stampede also didn't come up, but there's obviously a lot of recovery and stuff. But Urgent Schedule is like the obviously big one. Obviously, like it's so funny to me, like how for a lot of like pretty bad archetypes or even like meh archetypes, like trains are okay. But for something like Reptilian, like they got a card where it's like discard a card and then you can do two of the following, and like it's a modal spell card which like add a Reptilian spell trap from your deck to your hand, add a Reptilian monster from your deck to your hand, or change one of your opponent's monsters to 0 attack. Which is like for an actual meta archetype, like card like this could never fucking exist basically, where it's like,
No.
okay, you can search multiple things or do the one thing that your archetype actually wants to do all in one. But it's like when you have these like worse archetypes, it's like, yeah, it's perfectly fine to print this for Reptilian because the deck is fucking dog shit. And then sometimes they decide, what if we make the it's the planet something, or like basically the Kashtira field spell or the first like tier element field spell, where it's like, oh, so now we're actually taking one of the best archetypes in the game and giving them a card that essentially does the same thing. Also, I'm realizing now, Jeexx, the 6-7-6-9 dream is dead.
Yep. I should have just come in playing fucking 3 copies of the thing every game, man. I drew Reimperm both times, man. And I sided in all 3 copies of my fucking Harpies Featherstorm for the Imperm. So I essentially drew Harpies Featherstorm 3 games in a row. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's filthy.
People
should get
would the games have been better that way?
No, I think the game would have been done on both accounts if that happened.
Yeah.
It would have just been done, and that's kind of what I mean. Like, both, like, regardless of how this goes, it's kind of sad because this deck can't really do much. both going first or really going second. I guess I have more options for going second. But at the same time, it's like, well, I want to go. Oh, and I don't. No, I do want to go first. I want to always go first because I have the ability to set up shit for interaction.
Do you, by the
But I guess you
way,
can make.
because Harpies, yeah, Pet Phantasmal Dragon is a rank 4. Do Harpies have a rank 7? Because, like, Channeler,
Not at the moment.
do they get one? Because I know that they later get, like, the Cyber/Harpy Lady or something, but that just says that you can treat a Harpy as a tuner, right? But
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, because, like, Channeler, obviously,
So
Channeler
the
becomes a
reason
7 if you have a dragon,
why I
so...
don't have any rank 7s in here is because there are no good generic rank 7s that I had access to
That you knew
other
of, but
than
yeah.
Metal Flare.
Yeah.
And I was sitting here thinking like, yeah, Metal Flare would be kind of nice, but the problem is that Metal Flare is a Red Eyes card and it doesn't directly support Dragon, so I can't really get it from here, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm not gonna go for it. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
But
so
like at the same time, that's not even good.
yeah,
I shouldn't even play it.
I was more just wondering, like, for the sake of, like, obviously, because Channeler becomes a 7 and it can summon the 7 that otherwise, like, you're never putting on board. So that's why I was just wondering, like, do they have an archetypal 7 that can use?
I don't know at the moment, but
Yeah.
for
Because it would be
for
weird
when
for Channel to have that effect otherwise. But maybe it's something that they just do and then it's like, okay, we know it's coming later.
I mean, this card came out
Mm.
fucking 6 years ago.
Yeah.
This card came out in Lord of Tachyon Galaxy. This
Damn,
came out in
everything
Dragon
came out
Duelists.
in Tachyon Galaxy, huh?
Yeah, because like most of this fucking shit, like, this thing came out in Lord of Tachyon Galaxy, and this thing came out in Lord of Tachyon Galaxy.
Damn, yeah, did you
This
get the
thing came,
did you get the wrong episode number that we were doing, Jeexx?
brother. This thing came out there. I think.
Although I will say I
think
don't
Dancer came
think
out there.
the floodgate came out in Tachyon Galaxy.
No, that most certainly did not. But yeah, the
Thank God for that.
game plan in Tachyon Galaxy was to play Big Eye, because you had access to numbers.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I don't think we had
didn't find a
access.
way to get numbers.
Did we actually? That's a really good question. Like, legendary sisters.
There's no numbers in this. It's just trains.
Yeah, because like some cards obviously mention like number exists, but I don't think that was a thing here.
No.
Number is also one of those. Yeah, no number cards. Numbers are another of those that are in some sense like really annoying to look at. But bro, the pain I go through when I look for a way to slam Monster Reborn into a set when it's like, you know, Control F monster. I'm trying my fucking hardest, but like I don't.
So
there are like so few cards that are monster in name.
Like your best bet in my mind is to go on like Wikipedia or something and then clicking on like typing in Control F monster and then scrolling through and seeing if anything has monster like highlighted in their name. That's how I usually do it if there's a word that would appear multiple times, like dark.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on the like their own search thing, and I control F it there. But obviously, like when all of them are there, it's like, all right, it's everything's listed with their cards, so everything is like Harpies would be monster, wing beast, effect. So it's like the amount of monster cards, I always get that number, and then I'm just trying to scroll through and looking at just the card titles, and it's like, is there something here? And I'm pretty sure that like by doing that like in one set, it might be in the future, it might have been in the past, but I miss a Monster Reborn that literally just there was a card that said Monster Reborn. Like it just said it in the card text. I just missed it. I'm like, bro, nothing has monster in the name, man. I'm struggling.
This better guy.
Yeah.
Pain.
But yeah.
I apparently also forgot to put in a spell that was in the set because for somehow I didn't click on this.
Which one?
Alluring Nerve Splint. When a Harpy Lady or Harpy Lady sisters you control is destroyed by battle, you can spell summon one Harpy monster from your deck with a different original name that destroyed monster. If this card you control is destroyed by a Harpy card effect or your opponent's card effect, target one Harpy monster from graveyard and special summon it. You can use both of these effects once per turn. That's not bad. That's pretty good.
It would be
Because it
pretty.
means if I get to play it on turn 1, I get to do a guaranteed protected play.
Yeah, it's
If
also
you pop
it
it.
would be another like okay, Konami. You can use these, like, you don't have to pay me or give credit or anything. You can use these. Harpy for the future support, like, make its identity, like, having effects that trigger multiple times to avoid, like, stuff like Ash. Like, for example, what we just earlier, like, talking about the, no, Oracle. Which card was it? Was it Oracle? It wasn't. It was Perfumer.
I think it's
Yeah,
Channeler.
the Perfumer effect. And
Perfumer.
now, like, that
Oh, wait,
mentioned
no.
that, like, if it's destroyed
Just
by a
interaction.
Harpy card or an opponent's card effect. If your opponent Harpy Feather Dusters it, then you get to do it twice because it was destroyed by your opponent's card and a Harpy card.
Yeah, that would be cool. I think it would be cool if it had two separate effects.
Being
that
like a modal
say-
card.
What is? Well, like if this card you control is destroyed by a Harpy card, and then target one Harpy monster in graveyard, and then it also has if this card you control is destroyed by your opponent's card effect, and then those would have to trigger at the same time, and then you could also choose. You could make it so that it's not the same effect twice. Now you have an ability to make it so that you can chain block one, for example,
Yeah.
and that would be cool. That would be a fun thing. I don't really see them doing that because for some reason they wouldn't want to have the possibility of your opponent giving you gains, I guess, or you getting too much out of it.
I see now what you were wondering with the extra deck, but triple Serb, triple Phoenix, triple Unicorn.
Yep, and it's like because like I was legitimately trying to find any good rank 4s,
Yeah.
and it's like I don't have anything, and
Yeah,
and then it's like, well,
not
I gotta
having
play
access to numbers
Nightmares,
is like,
but-
bro, how the fuck do I find these rank 4s?
yeah, and this is like the best one.
Yeah.
And it's because
If it was quick effect, like, it would genuinely be like
Yeah.
actually a good card. But unfortunately, it was printed in probably like 2016. So
2013. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
also from Lord of Tachyon Galaxy.
honestly, yeah. So yeah.
It's like literally half of this deck is printed in Lord of Tachyon Galaxy, not because I decided I'm gonna take cards from it, but because almost all of the Harpy
It's
cards
true.
that came in that set.
Too bad that the everything in that set got kind of overshadowed by a certain archetype of some cool dragons.
What are we talking about?
I love dragon rulers.
It's a win support card and dragon card.
It is. Yeah, like this stuff
But it
is
says
like
dragon,
perfectly reasonable.
Oh.
But yeah, well, but yeah,
I'm gonna.
Oh, yeah, I was just gonna say, like, for
I'm-
future reference, the like dragon in name is just the one thing to bear. But I appreciate you being overly conservative and rather go like, well, if I cheat, I cheat. Like, rather go, okay, I'm not gonna take the risk.
Bro, we got one cheating count. I got a black mark on my record, bro. I put a miracle fusion
There
in.
is no way there is not gonna be more cheating. Like, deck building cheating, I think both of us have one.
Smoke.
I swear mine was like a DD Crow incident or something, right?
I think so, yeah.
I think it was DD Crow. I don't know why I specifically would otherwise remember DD Crow, but I'm pretty sure it was DD Crow incident. But I'm pretty sure like both of us have one mark on that, and there is no way there's not going to be more. Obviously, if you would look at cheating in games, like, you good luck with that. You're going to be in the triple digits, because even like we do, like for even like stuff like takebacks, like we do that a lot, because obviously it's like if it hasn't affected the game state, like who the fuck cares who wins? We're just trying to show what the decks can do. So it's like, yeah, go ahead and do that. I don't care. Especially because usually it's like in cases like this, hey, I just gave you extra info about stuff I have in my hand, but hey, you cool with me doing this the other way? It's like, okay, perfectly fine. But like, I would be so surprised if we don't get more deck incident. Actually, wait, I swear I have two. Because wait, didn't we semi-recently have something where I put something in my deck where like I thought it was
yeah.
the
You
time
put time
taking,
which isn't out for like 3 more years or something.
yeah, I
Or wasn't out for 3 more years at
I
that
still
point.
want to know like how that happened, but like stuff like that, almost 100%. Like, okay, I don't want to will this into, I now need to be so careful, like, Liz, for the following few episodes, like, because it would be such a bad look if I just say this now and then it's like, oh, it just immediately happens, like, all right, so you're doing this shit on purpose. But no, like, stuff like that, where, because the way we're doing stuff is obviously try to be true release date, but like having special editions, and some cards just come out in sets that we just don't play, and those obviously at that point, like, they're perfectly fine to be played. If they're just date wise, they're out. And obviously, like, OCG having different release schedules for some product than what the TCG had, so I for that alone, like, I think, like, other than that, like, deck building cheating, like, is gonna be, like, really hard for it to occur, because it's literally, we're semi lenient with, like, what is a support card, stuff like that, like even just the, like, your Miracle Fusion thing, like, stuff like that is, like, it's in some world, like, it's perfectly fine, so, like, not even properly cheating. But I think for the most part, if there's going to be something, it's definitely something where it's like, oh shit, I literally thought this was out and it's not out. Whoops.
I think it was a combination of there was no fusion in the set, and I didn't have access. I didn't have elemental heroes. I had heroes,
Yeah.
but I found like ways of getting into that. But then there's also I feel like it was maybe I had one too many because I counted it as being in the set. I
Oh
think
yeah,
that
yeah,
was the
the
actual
legacy.
problem where I
I
had
mean, yeah, that's
too
also something
many.
where
Yeah.
that's sometimes occurring. That's why, like, I don't think I've always done it, but I started pretty early, where it's like, if I'm close with, like, how that's why sometimes my deck profiles look weird, because sometimes, like, if it's very close, or even even 50-50 of cards that I play, I have it set up in a way where it's like, first is the cards from the set, and then it's the cards that I get through legacy support. So that, like, that's something where if you're looking at my deck profile and it's like, why the fuck are there, like, it's monster spells and traps, and then it's another set of monster spells and traps, like, that's the reason why I do that. It's like, okay, here's the stuff from this set. It also helps clarify it to me, because it's something like, if I'm playing an archetype I played before as well, then the legacy stuff I'm going through legacy support, like, I don't really have to talk about it, because, like, hey, I've literally played this stuff already. So it also makes it clear for me in that way. But it also helps for that, because otherwise, like, for some sets, like, I definitely would break the 50-50 rule. But I think that hasn't happened to me. And I would argue, like, very, in a lot of ways, because of the way I do it. Because otherwise, like, my goofy ass would definitely make the mistake. But I think the, like, easiest mistake, just because of the, like, format we're doing, is just to accidentally play something that's early. And obviously, if it happens, like, sometimes, it's whatever. At the end of the day, like, we're here to enjoy our time and not play the Harpy floodgate.
Yep.
Smile.
Which, as you can see, is not in my graveyard.
Yeah, I did see, and I do appreciate that.
I must stress. I did not play the card. Did not play the card, guys, after the first game. But hey, I got to showcase what Harpies do in the year 2019. It's summon Channeler, summon Harpies Pendragon, flip Harpies Featherstorm on my opponent's turn, my turn.
It's literally like, okay, your opponent has the perfect hand, but no a way to deal with this. All right, flip this shit, so they literally skip their turn and then just OTK.
Yeah.
And then after that,
me when I mind slaver my opponent.
Yeah, I guess, like, it was also like the game too, like, you would have lived, but then, like, obviously
I had nothing.
Yeah, you had nothing. I had to add.
I had a Harpy Lady now.
So it's that's I think that's the, like, biggest thing about, like, bad decks, is like, they can do something, but even if you manage to do something, and it's an if, it's like you're using so many resources for that.
Yeah.
Like, that's like, for example, like, the Galaxy Photon issue is like, it's innately so bricky because you have 75 different extenders, but basically no starters, so it's innately already bricky. And because of the way the archetype is constructed, it's like, all right, well, if at any point my opponent drops a big glowing rock on my ass, I'm just toast, and I cannot play around it because my archetype literally needs me to special summon 17 times in a turn.
Yep.
Which it blows. Also, it took us a grand one episode before we immediately broke the hey, no scooping rule.
No. I was gonna die on my math. I was like, oh yeah, this thing's gonna attack twice, right? And then you detached the material. I was like, oh, whoops. Because I was thinking you just got the 2K for some reason without detaching.
Oh yeah. It's
But,
a 2K on the detach, and then it can make a do-ba-da-ba-do. But it's the attack. It's the materials on
dee-ba-da-ba-do.
monsters. But it's like if it ever attacks a monster, it can't then attack directly. Which is that's the reason why I'm playing. Where is it? The like rank 4 Iron Wolf. Yeah, this one. Because like the detach and get the 2K doesn't limit you to only attack monsters yet. So it's like if you open a hand, which you can, where you can make Iron Wolf and Libe, then you can, like, obviously if you climb into Libe through Gustav Max, you burn 2K, then you detach from Iron Wolf to make Libe able to attack directly, and then you swing 6K directly. So even if your opponent only has one monster, in like, for example, like in that case, obviously if I got to Iron Wolf, it would have worked because you have Zero Find, which prevents you from dying that turn. But if I have Iron Wolf, then I can just ignore the Zero Find and go direct 6K. So that's the idea there.
Yep.
But I mean, it's fine. And then obviously in the last one, I just did my combo because I was like, hey, look at this thing. I think this is pretty neat. But it's fine. It's mostly just there because like it will turn at least for like more stronger sets and more stronger decks. Like it will turn into like you have interaction or you die.
And like you have finished your combo too, so
yeah. But it's like, you know, we get to do some cool stuff. But that's about it. And next time is going to be Savage Strike. And there is a tournament pack with it. I'll let you know. I'll check after this which the tournament pack is. But I'm pretty sure there was a tournament pack with it. I want to say it was like T9 or something. But I'll check and make sure. But any more thoughts on this or anything else before we get out of here?
No.
Nothing. That's cool.
I need to go get ready for raid.
All right, that's perfectly fine. I appreciate you once again taking the time. Enjoy your raid. I'm gonna go grab some food, and after that, it's time to give Arknights Enfield a shot, baby.
Hell yeah. Time to stream that.
Yeah.
On your phone.
Yeah, man.
On your phone.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
Thanks for the games, Jeexx.
Yeah.
And
Thanks
thank you for watching the episode. We will see you next time for Savage Strike and an unnamed tournament pack as well. Thank you for watching as always. Hopefully you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.